DSLR cameras have been in existence for over 20 years, and most people who do photography nowadays started with either a DSLR camera or a film camera. However, with the coming of mirrorless cameras, most people are making a shift. They're switching from using DSLR cameras to mirrorless cameras because of the so many functionalities that are provided by mirrorless cameras. However, that does not mean that DSLR cameras are becoming obsolete. So in this video, I'm going to count down my pick for the top 5 best DSLR cameras which are considered to be old, released before the year 2015, which photographers nowadays still consider to be usable. So without further ado, let's begin. So on number 5, we have the Canon 7D Mark II. This camera was released in the year 2014. It has a 20 megapixel dual pixel AF CMOS sensor. You can shoot up to 10 frames per second, which makes it very good for sports photography and other action type photography. It has a 65 Ocros type autofocusing system. So this camera has been around for over 7 years, and a lot of photographers up to now still use it because of its versatility. On number 4, we have the Canon 6D. This camera was released in the year 2012. It's got a 20.2 megapixel full frame CMOS sensor, and you can shoot up to 4.5 frames per second. This camera is very good in low light, and most photographers started out their full frame journey using this camera because it's so affordable, yet it can produce high quality work. So next up now we have the original Canon 7D. This Canon camera was released in the year 2009, and even up to now, people still use this camera. In fact, I've seen personally on the marketplaces on Facebook, people still wanting to buy this camera. It's so good that photographers nowadays still use it to capture big events such as weddings. The time this camera was releasing, it was one of the best. It has an 18 megapixel CMOS sensor and you can shoot up to 10 frames per second, which makes it very good for you to shoot sports and other action. This camera was released in 2009. However, photographers nowadays still use it. Next up, we have the Canon 5D Mark II. This camera has got a 21 megapixel sensor. You can shoot up to 3.9 frames per second. You can also shoot a video in 1080. It is also good in low light situations. I don't need to say much about the camera because it's a camera that's well known. In fact, most music videos nowadays have been shot using this camera because of its very good video capabilities. It's a classic, and it's a very well-known camera and a very good beginner full-frame camera to start with. So on number 1, we have none other than the Canon 5D Mark III. This camera was released in the year 2012. It's been around for over 10 years. Is it still relevant? Yes, it is. This camera is being used by landscape photographers, wedding photographers, event photographers, etc. Simply because it produces amazing picture qualities and it's very durable. Some even say it is the best DSLR camera to have been ever released across all brands. I personally use this camera and I've seen for myself how good it is, and I feel it is the best DSLR camera Canon has ever released. Tell me what you think about the list I have just made, and if you think I excluded some of the cameras, you can comment below. Subscribe to my channel and give this video a like. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.